Let me know. Just give me a point. Give me a point. Give me a point.
And we're live.
Are we muted? Make sure we're unmuted.
Watch live now.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. Yesterday, I took my wonderful missus to a concert, Five Finger Death Punch, or as she said on the way there, Death Finger Five Punch.
Right.
Which is way cooler.
Or downshine.
And welcome to the show. I'm Josh Ankesheiln, and I'm joined today with
Chris
Emmerke.
Emmerke. Or whatever call you Emmerke.
Or Murky.
We answered anything.
Yeah, I'm Ankesheiln, so I hear it all. Producer type guy's not with us today. We are joined by Jaeger Music himself, Nick Barton.
Jaeger Music. Welcome, Nick.
What's up?
Aside. Okay, question.
Hold on. We're going to start with a random question just to throw everything off kilter.
Oh yeah, this is random. I was going to ask it, but I ran out of time. Okay, for example, I forgot how it came up. I asked it at work, and he didn't know. My coworker I work with, he doesn't really like to entertain my randomness. All right, for example, say Castaway, the movie Castaway.
Oh, one of the greatest.
Right. Okay. Say he had life insurance.
Right? Didn't he? Surely.
Well, I would assume
First
so.
of all, he works for FedEx.
Right.
You know he's got good
he's in
benefits.
corporate, right.
Right?
So I assume she got the life insurance. Does she have to pay it back when he comes back?
Oh, I know. What an interesting
How does that work?
thought. Well, you know, the whole movie.
Does FedEx cover it? Like, how does that work?
I mean, surely after that amount of time, you wouldn't have to give it back.
You just get free $300,000 or $200,000.
I mean, come on
much
now. The guy was supposedly dead. He comes back. Okay, first of all, things didn't work out too great for either one of them.
Didn't they end up smashing at the end or something?
No, they didn't. They actually walked away with no smash, no nothing. That was the disappointing part.
At least
She's standing in the rain. He rolls up, like blah blah blah. The whole.
I thought they ran back to each other.
Yeah, but it was all just for the sake of the movie. Okay, bottom line is she says, "I can't do this. I have kids. I got a husband. Blah blah."
At least give him a sad hand job
right?
or something.
Something.
He's been hanging out with he probably having
with a coconut.
Yeah,
no. I'm sorry.
Volleyball.
He hang out with a volleyball.
Probably
right?
having sex with that volleyball.
You never know what happened with that volleyball.
I know. So what you been up to this week? I haven't seen you. Umpiring's been kind of dead.
It's been a little dead. I got a fortunate opportunity last night to throw in a 30, 45-minute, $45 lightning called game.
Oh, you had to walk through that rain.
Right?
That lightning was
Dude,
insane
it was intense, though. I'm going to tell you something.
It was like camping.
Dancing off the fences. I had to stand out there and watch it. All the little kids are in the dugout. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
But you already got paid, right?
Oh, that's the best part about it. He handed me, I don't like it when they hand you the money up front.
Right.
Okay. And like when they call the game 45 minutes and, hey, look, we're just going to go home. I'm like, I'm in on that program. We're out of here.
Right? Another thing happened, like we said, Jose, it was his first,
his
first performance since his dad passed away on the open mic.
He brought the big trophy home.
He won it. I was there.
He's in Chattanooga this weekend.
Is he?
He's there now. He's doing a big deal in Chattanooga. I think he's actually moving up to the headline opportunity.
Well, he's getting back. He kind of took a hiatus,
sure.
You know, understandably. But yeah, he's trying to, I guess, get that grind back. You know what I'm saying? So
speaking of the reason we're late tonight, the show you went to last night.
Yes, Dead Finger Five Punch or Five
right?
We had Five Finger
Punch.
It was Five Finger Death Punch.
Finger Death, something like that.
Five Finger Death Punch, Shine Down.
And who was the opener?
Star Set and Bad Wolf.
Bad Wolf?
From L.A., which I feel like it should have been Coyotes because they have a big coyote problem down there.
We have one here.
They were all pretty good. They all put a great show on.
That's awesome.
The Shine Down singer talked way too much.
Like in the middle of music and stuff?
No,
like,
after end of the...
Oh, like between the songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'd give this like long dialogue. He'd be like, dude... when you tell a story, make sure you tell it with attitude. So-and-so said this. There's tons of genres of music, but with rock and roll, I can't really make it a genre because it's a lifestyle. So blah, blah. If everybody and he like would get down, he went down and like walked all the way to the end of the bottom part.
Like he was JT or something.
You over there. You over there. You over there. I want everybody, when I count to 3, jump. It was like 5 minutes between each song. I'm like, come on, bro.
It's like he doesn't have enough material to play the music.
I don't
and
know.
And he was a time filler.
And I'm back there. He's like, we're about to do something.
Just play some rock and roll.
Right? No, he's like, we're about to do something you've never heard before.
Ever.
And I was like, what, play music?
No, have commentary at a concert.
Oh, my Lord. No, but then at the end, they kind of closed on it. They walked out. There's a little stage set up right next to where like all the controls were, which is like, because they had the
sound booth.
Yeah, they had the floor and then the bleacher area. They had a little stage right there with acoustic. So they did 45 acoustic and Simple Man. But he cut 45. He only did like 30 seconds of it and then did Simple Man. And the only downside with that is every chorus, be a simple. They literally made the crowd sing it. Every time.
See,
I understand once or twice.
I know, and at some point you want to go, just let me hear you do it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to hear it. Your cover is incredible. You have an incredible voice. I want to hear
And I'll tell you, though, they have some amazing covers.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it. The Bad Company cover's amazing.
That's a five-finger.
The five-finger Bad Company. I mean, and I'll tell you something, and it's really interesting for me because I was a concert goer as a young guy, and I'm really funny because I don't really like a lot of remakes and covers, but there's some
that are incredible.
The bomb, okay? And that's one of them.
Oh, I like it better, honestly.
I mean, and that's hard to say, okay, considering where they come from.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah, it is
because
to a
it's
degree.
a little harder.
Well, that's what I like about it. Is that they push it.
Exactly.
You know? So for a show like that last night, where do you rank? I mean, how many shows have you been to? Is that something you rank in your top shows? I mean, I mean, it looked to me like the video that you took, by the way, with an app that was incredible. Okay.
Yeah.
But the video you took, it looked to me like it's visually stunning.
Oh, they all put a great show. The band I've never heard of that was right before Shinedown, the second opener, Starset, they put on a show. They were incredible.
Don't you love doing that, though? Because you go to see a specific band, and then you see this unknown band to you. And I love that opportunity is when you see something, you go, man, I just got turned on some really cool new music. And they put on an amazing show, and you go, yeah, this is somebody I'm actually going to listen to.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that, like, that find. You know, it's like finding the little needle in the haystack. You know,
right.
You find that, and you go.
No, like, their setup. They had their stage, and they had these, like, little screens come up, like, and in the middle, there's a gap where the drummer was. And, like, it went dark, and on the screen, they had, like, the earth and then, like, the star. And this girl that we were sitting next to is like, they're going to, like, walk out in spacesuits or something. What do you know? They walked out in
spacesuits?
Spacesuits
right?
with, like, these badass neon lights on them and stuff. It was pretty sick. It was pretty sick, dude.
It's like you were like looking for the heavy rocket, the Elon Musk thing.
Right. Elon came out there.
Right. He's out there rocking in a Tesla.
Well, since I'm not really a fan of either of them, like Shinedown,
and I'll tell you something, because I've been to a lot of shows where I was like that. I'm not a big fan, but you go for either your significant other wants to go, or some friends of yours want to go, and you walk away with, I think it's really cool going, my gosh. And I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing like learning what a band is all about live. You know, and now you say you're not a fan, but now you're a fan.
Oh, yeah. I probably won't listen to them, but they put on a great show. Like, I can't take that away from them. That was an entertaining concert.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was better than Velvet Revolver was.
Oh, that's tough.
They're terrible live.
Really?
Or when I saw them.
That's a shame because I thought
the singer was god-awful.
That's a shame because I'd like to believe they would be really rocking it.
No,
live.
literally, it was terrible. Like,
you think it was just shit-faced?
Maybe. It was bad.
Yeah,
the best show I've ever been.
What's the best show you've ever been to?
Foreigner.
Oh, got to be incredible. What is it? Well, because you're young, I would assume that was like a Foreigner 4.
I was like, is that the original?
Because I'm a Cold as Ice guy.
I didn't know I knew any songs.
Right? You know them all. You
right?
just don't realize it, right?
It was Jason Bonham and the Led Zeppelin Experience.
Oh, my gosh.
That was incredible. The singer was amazing, but he's still not Robert Plant.
Right. I mean, we have a new Robert Plant out there.
I showed Brad.
The Greta Van Fleet guy.
Greta Van Fleet. Okay. I showed Brad, and he was like, I hate him. I want to punch him in the face. Why?
Because he's so freaking
talented,
good, right? Yeah, my son is going down to the hangout for this weekend, the big music fest. And I was telling him, there's some amazing lineup this year. And I told him, I said, Sunday, dude, son, if you don't see anybody, go see Greta Van Fleet.
And send some videos, bro. Tell them to download that app.
Or go grab an autograph and bring it to me.
Tell them to download that app.
Hey, that's a great idea. I'm going to send that for sure. Because that's not till Sunday.
$4.99.
$4.99. It's worth every penny of it.
4K. You can do everything.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
You can mess with the exposure, the ISO, the white balance, the zoom.
What is this?
It's a new app that Josh
I've had it for a while.
downloaded to go take. He took some of the video footage at the concert.
No, I downloaded it when I started the podcast because I originally filmed with my phone, all with that app.
And just so everybody look around you, okay? We started with a black table, a laptop.
No, I actually have the worst laptop.
Where's that mic? It's sitting around somewhere. But anyway, we had the little black mic and then your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what it's turned into.
Right? How's Chris sound, by the way, guys? It's his
This is my new mic.
He loves it.
I love it, absolutely.
Because you know how loud he can get it. I got one with a built-in compression, so it doesn't get a little out of hand.
It's almost as nice as our billboard. By the way, you saw the billboard.
Got a lot of interactions with that post.
You saw the billboard. Nick saw the billboard at night, and they say it is amazing.
We got a couple hundred interactions with that post.
I mean, I want you to think about that. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Okay, and thanks to Birmingham Sam.
Birmingham
no doubt
Sam.
about that. If you need the hookup on outdoor advertising, Birmingham Sam's the guy. Absolutely. We're gonna plug you till we fall off the face of the earth. Okay, but if you haven't seen it yet, definitely take a ride down 20th Street, heading down the hill towards Zydeco from Vulcan. It's in
right there in that corner where
it's in the Y. I mean, it's absolutely the best location.
I've yet to see it, guys.
That's unbelievable. That's because he drives so fast.
No, I was creeping by there at 11:30, going like 5. I was like, Becca, look. I was like, what are the
black market's calling?
I was like, what are the chances that it's going to pop up when we drive by? I was like, you know my life. It's not going to be there.
And again, don't forget, everybody, we're running a little contest here. If you want to make it sure you get an opportunity to win some prizes, again, it's probably either going to be concerts, tickets to a show, or something like that. Go take a selfie, take a picture of the billboard, post it on our site, ALP.com, post it on our Facebook site or Josh's site or my personal Facebook site, Chris Emmerke.
Or your own and tag us.
Or your own and tag us, either way.
And make it public so we can share it.
Absolutely.
We've gotten a couple entries, and
speaking of the logo that's on the billboard, we have something really cool happening tomorrow.
What's happening tomorrow?
We're getting merchandise.
Oh, the shirts will be in tomorrow. I don't know if it's USPS or UPS,
or FedEx.
It's one of the two.
Or one of the three.
No, it is FedEx.
It is FedEx.
So it might get here a little earlier.
Let's hope they leave it at your doorstep and not like in a garbage bag on the side of the road.
If it's UPS, it'll arrive at 9:30 at night.
Right.
But FedEx, I don't get much. I think it'll be here when I get off work.
Yeah,
probably.
It should be. But we got T-shirts in, several different options to choose from.
Yeah, you got your gray and white. I posted them on social media. Go check them out. Be sure to jump on them. You know, it's a limited.
There aren't many.
They aren't many. It's a limited
and they're going
inventory.
Fast. We actually have a lot of people who've already requested them up
right.
front.
So pre-order quick.
Don't wait.
They're $20 a piece. If you are interested, email or text me if you have my number. Just email almostlegalpodcast@gmail.com. That'd be great. Also, what were we talking about? Becca is going to see Willie Nelson.
Oh my gosh, that'd be the craziest show.
Her mom just splurged and bought
just
the
said,
tickets.
"Here's tickets."
Well, because he's about to die.
Are you not getting to go?
No, I ain't going.
Let me tell you something, man. Willie would be one of the coolest shows ever. You know, that's got to be.
Think there'll be any reefer smoking over?
No,
probably not.
None whatsoever.
That's illegal, right? Anyway,
depends on where you are.
Right.
I got slapped in the face with reefer smoke last night.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I'll never forget. I was 11 years old, and we had talked about this one time on the show before. My first live concert was Kiss. Okay?
Yes.
So it was no doubt a life changer. Okay, because I experienced everything you could possibly experience at 11 years old at a live show like that. But Willie Nelson would absolutely be, and you don't even have to be a country fan. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You don't even have to be a country fan to enjoy Willie Nelson. If that's an opportunity waiting to happen, I'd give anything in the world to go to a show like that. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
They're like on the 5th row.
5th row?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, do you think he figured out the secret of immortality? Just smoke insane amounts of marijuana?
Well, I had to be honest
Snoop
with you.
himself said he wouldn't smoke with him anymore.
I mean, if you think about, okay, now I want you to think about what we're talking about. Okay,
Snoop
if
smoked
says,
so much he.
Wait, I gotta stop.
Yeah,
okay.
Snoop smoked so much weed once that he thought he was Bob Marley reincarnated.
I want to be Bob.
Yeah, did you see that Netflix documentary you did?
Right?
Yeah.
You talking about the Marley the documentary?
On Snoop Dogg going to Jamaica. And
right? Right?
No, he had that album. He had that reggae album.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm a firm believer. When I was younger, I was one of those people who believed that, you know, you could drink yourself to death, you could do drugs to death. Okay, I was a firm believer you couldn't smoke yourself to death. I tried.
You tried?
I tried. Didn't happen. But anyway, speaking of videos, have you seen the latest video of the Hawaiian volcano?
I have not.
It looks like something like Mount St. Helens.
What's going on? I don't have
TV or any access to any social media or news venue or anything like that.
What's the latest there?
Well, supposedly, from what I understand, there's 22 fissures that have opened up, but it's now not like the pretty stuff that you see with the magma and the lava flowing down and burning up villages. We're now talking about full-on explosions, okay? Toxic gas, okay? We're talking about rocks and explosions coming crashing out of the sky, the size of cars. Could you imagine that?
Rocks the size of cars?
Right?
That is incredible.
Absolutely stunning. And this is something that they're saying they don't know when it's going to end. I mean, and again, you know, natural disasters, and you and I talked about it earlier, they're becoming more and more prevalent.
It really is. And like
not just in Hawaii.
Everywhere. They had somewhere in Spain, they're expecting a volcano to erupt any minute, like any second. Because they had I don't know if it's just this year or last month, they had over 300 earthquakes.
You know, it's crazy if you think about it. I don't know if everybody knows the story of Pompeii, the city that was covered up by the volcanic eruption and all that. You know, you wonder how many people were actually covered in something like that. You know, what if Hawaii...
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just talking about...
Covered in what?
Magma, death. Okay?
Well, that was a deadly one.
Who's to say this isn't happening right now in Hawaii?
Hey,
you imagine how many people live in the actually big island of Hawaii?
Yeah, they're evacuating now. That's not even the deadliest one. The deadliest one's in the continental U.S. And it's being active and sketchy. And I mentioned it a few episodes ago where NASA was wanting to spend millions of dollars to drill in there to relieve pressure. And we're talking about the Yellowstone.
The geyser?
Oh, yeah, right here. Yellowstone geyser erupts for 5th time in months, prompting fears of an eruption.
And see, the interesting part about that is the geyser has actually been something you could actually tell time by.
Very reliable, or not reliable, but like
they call
consistent.
it Old Reliable.
Oh, really?
Okay, it's actually one of its nicknames is Old Reliable because you could go to the park and you knew at a specific time every day or whatever the time frame was that was going to erupt, and now all of a sudden it's off its schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy thought process.
Well, if you're not familiar with why that one is so deadly, it's unlike your average. I forgot the name of the volcano types. But, you know, your mountain ones are less dangerous, even though they're dangerous.
Sure.
But that one's a super volcano because it's literally buried. The magma, the mass of magma is literally underneath the ground. So when it explodes, it
just opens up everything. Like with Mount St. Helens.
They say a 500-mile radius is just
Think
dead.
about that. 500 miles.
That would end the world.
Let's just say that happened right here in the Birmingham area.
Luckily, we're not anywhere near
I know,
that.
but I'm just saying. But 500 miles from here, think about the cities you're talking about.
The entire Northwest.
500 miles from here?
No, I'm saying where Yellowstone is.
I'm just saying, even from here, if it happened here, you're talking about Nashville, Memphis, Atlanta, New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. The entire SEC.
I mean, that's right.
And getting into Chicago.
How scary
probably,
is that?
That is crazy. That is literally crazy. Luckily, it's up there and there's not that much population because you got like Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota.
And who knows anybody that ever lived in North Dakota or South Dakota?
I know someone that lives in South Dakota.
Do you really? Because
Hope Kondraki.
Hope Kondraki? What a cool name.
Yeah. It looked as miserable as I expected. She posts Snapchats like -4.
Right.
I'm like, why the hell did you go over there?
Why?
Like they just need to turn North Dakota into a prison. Like just a whole state. It's useless. Like what is it?
That's
for?
interesting. My brother lives in a place called Terre Haute in Indiana, and one of the interesting things, it has one of the largest penitentiaries in the country, and it's interesting that like they have warnings that, like down here we get like Amber Alerts and stuff like that. Up there, they have like prisoner escape alerts. Don't pick up any hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might die.
You never know what's going to happen. Right?
He's wearing a prisoner outfit, but he got Bud Light.
Yeah, but he's got a 12-pack of Bud Light. I'm giving that cat a ride.
I miss commercials that were actually funny. Now
Right?
they're all political, trying to
Right?
make a statement and shit. It's so annoying.
You know, as a kid, it's interesting because I thought I loved commercials. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch the commercial than the shows. And now I go home at night, and it's interesting because, like, and I'm sure Becca's like this too. Okay, I go home and like we're watching whatever the show is that you watch. It doesn't matter whether it's on Netflix or Hulu or your regular deal. The beauty of life now is fast forwarding through those commercials.
Right?
What?
That
And you're right back in your show.
It's crazy because it's like TV's been a thing for forever,
A while now.
a long time, and the act of binge watching is new. Like you weren't able.
That's actually kind of new if you think about it.
It really
within
is.
a few years,
Yeah,
actually.
you were never able to just sit down and just have access to it unless you go buy the DVD set.
Well, do you remember Movie Gallery and Blockbuster?
Yes.
Right? And I saw the coolest thing the other day. I was talking about the fact that Movie Gallery was like, for kids y'all's age, okay, when y'all were young, the coolest thing in the world to do was mom, dad, take you to Movie Gallery on a Friday or Saturday night. And it took you hours to look through the VHS tapes that were there.
I would just go straight to the Xbox games.
Right?
I think I bought 2 NCAAs because I bought it.
Or you just rented them and kept them?
No, I rented it and just put the old one in and kept the new one. I did that every year.
Got me a new NCAA.
Convenience knows no bounds.
Because they still get NCAA, you know.
You know, it's crazy, though, to think that something like how fast that changed.
I was just about to say, I've never seen a business go out of...
in and out that fast.
Oh,
I mean, like,
Redbox popped up. The next day, they were closed.
Poof, movie galleries are gone.
They're like, oh, it's been a good run, guys.
And now, even the Redbox, to show you how fast things are changing, even Redbox and all that now is on its way out.
Yeah, there's so many different
You've got
sources.
Netflix, you've got Hulu, you've got Admit Me.
Sling TV.
Okay, you got stuff that's literally showing what's in the theaters.
Well,
okay,
DVDs in general.
a week out. What Blu-ray and technology and all that.
Not even that. You can get them. You can get Ultra HD.
Right.
The
like the day after
the
it releases
download.
in the movie theaters now.
like you can buy.
And it's not even black market anymore like it used to be.
Oh, jailbreaking Fire Stick.
Right.
Yeah, you get like Voodoo, like your Voodoo, where you can buy the movies on there, and that's your account for movies.
Right.
My Microsoft Movies accounts. Like,
I have an account
pretty
to what's
good
called
list.
Admit Me.
What?
And it's a wide open account where it's even all the best stuff out there. But it's literally the movies that are in the theater.
Like 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
You could probably get that.
That's a classic.
That is a classic.
That is considered a classic nowadays.
That made me look at soft serve machines a lot differently.
Right? No doubt about that. Speaking of soft serve machines, with our new McDonald's here in Chelsea, Alabama, by the way, for you people outside, you think the ice cream machine's working?
Nope.
I've heard that already too.
I can't go. Man, I've been hungry for a week.
Are you?
If you didn't listen to the last episode,
right?
There's a challenge set upon me.
So where did the challenge come from? First of all,
what are we talking about?
your challenge. Where did it come from? Is it a self challenge? Is it?
It's just me. I told you. It's consuming me.
See, I'm gonna do.
It's
not
literally
necessarily
consuming
a
me.
pounds lost thing. I'm gonna do I'm trying to get rid of this basketball that I'm smuggling.
Yeah. Like I said, the whole podcast, y'all have heard, if you're a regular listener, you've heard this multiple times. This podcast literally was an experiment for my balls to drop. Like, I was chicken shit. I'm scared to talk to people, so I started a podcast. And from then on, it just spiraled into a thing where I'm trying to perfect any weakness I have, and
I don't have any weaknesses.
it's one of them. So I have to get down to 193 by August 15th, or I have to wear full makeup for a whole episode and go out in a dress.
And just so you know, if for some reason he doesn't make it, we will announce the venue, where it's going to happen, and where Josh will be out.
And what day?
You have no idea how much I'm looking forward to this.
I'm gonna DJ and I'm gonna play "It's Raining Men" for 4 hours.
Right?
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
I was 238 in January.
Really?
I'm 223 last time
And is that with like a conscious effort? Or
Well, 220. I dropped 223 because I don't have a scale. So like when I went to the doctor in January, I saw I was 238. And I was like, nope. And I dropped that much weight just cutting out junk and stuff.
Well, see, that's interesting because like when I do my cardiologist thing every 6 months. Last year I went in and they said, well, I gained 24 pounds. And I was like, okay, that's a lot in 1 year. 24 pounds is a decent amount. But that was like in January when I went in to have my weigh-in done. I said, you know what?
My winter's always...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Weigh me in June or July, okay, when we've been umpiring, when I've been out doing my physical thing every day, okay? You weigh me in July or August, and I promise you the weight will be gone.
Right. And that has had a lot of effect to me dropping, 15 pounds?
That quick.
Because between the winter, no softball. I sit at a desk.
Right.
Nothing active, really. And a lot of opportunity to eat. You know, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Everything is about surrounded around
right.
food and eating, okay? The only problem I have with summer is the grill, but the grill is actually better for you than what you normally would eat. Okay,
what do you mean?
Like grilling out.
Oh, grilling,
okay?
yeah.
Now, to me, when you're trying to lose weight or inches off of your waistline, whatever, or your what I call my belly fat, what are you doing? Okay, is there a conscious thing that you're doing, or something you're cutting out? Is it more exercise? Is it less this or whatever? For me, my goal is to stay out of the fat. Like tonight, I brought in the Taco Bell to eat right before. That's
it's not a good start.
It's not a good start,
but it's convenient as shit.
Right, it is. Okay, but to me, the biggest thing is cutting out on the fast food. Okay, the other thing is cutting out on these
sugars. Yeah, no, I'm drinking waters, and this is actually sugar free. But no, luckily Becca is helping me out. She's meal preps. So
see, my son and Carrie's about to do that. He and his girlfriend are doing them. They're going to be ordering the meals where they do.
They doing keto or something?
I think that's what it is.
That's big right now.
But I'm curious to know, and it's got to be kind of pricey.
What?
To do like the bought meals where you
not
do
really, because we bought.
And I'm guessing
10-pound bag of chicken breasts, and she cooked a bunch of them.
Okay.
Put cheese on them.
Right.
So my meals normally, I don't know how she portions it. She just did it for me, which I'm lucky. Which we bought a bunch of Tupperwares for her and me. She's doing it with me.
That's kind of cool. So is she a gym rat?
Yes. See, I've worked out probably 4 times in 8
And she works out all the time.
She works out 3-4 times a week.
There's a big deal right there.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because typically the man is the one who's the gym rat and the woman's not. You're kind of reversing that role, which ultimately is probably going to help you.
Well, yeah, and we get to do something together.
That's kind of cool.
That had something to do with it, too. Like, we have something in common we can do together.
See, I think I would go to the gym more if I had somebody to go with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I went down to visit Carrie in Fort Lauderdale, one of the interesting things is he works out every day. He runs a 5K every day. He works every day. When I was down there with him, I jumped on the treadmill with him and
I can't run on the treadmill.
See, it was weird for me, and I'm with you, Nick. Okay, it's kind of hard in a way mentally. Okay, but it was kind of cool though because like when there's somebody standing right next to you on the other treadmill, and what's kind of cool, they got these really high fancy ones where like it has a track around it. It shows where you're running all this. Of course, now I'm running like 3/4 of a mile, then I'm walking 1/4 of a mile, then I'm running 3/4 of a mile, walking 1/4 mile at like a pace of like 5. Okay,
right.
And he's like trucking 8 or 9.
See, I can't run on a treadmill. I can't run on a treadmill because like it's such a repetitive motion. Yeah. Like my ankles start hurting, my hip starts cramping.
Right. It's different than being outside, like on a real in the real
like
environment.
If we're playing a football game, I could run like 4 miles and not even think about it.
I think it's kind of cool. And speaking of the workout kind of systems that I think is really cool is like these people who ride the bikes, the stationary bikes.
Yeah, that's what I do to warm up.
But see, they've got those things now where you're actually seeing the video and you're riding a particular terrain. You can ride about anywhere in the world now, which is crazy.
No, you can. It gets
you can do like, what's the bike race they do every year? The Tour de France. You can actually ride that, okay, with Lance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or one testes.
One testicle Lance.
Shows a rear view, one testicle left side of the seat.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's really kind of cool because you can actually ride specific areas, not only like worldwide, but you can like ride your own neighborhood. With a GPS kind of tracker that's all out there now. See, that's something I feel like I could do. and
that is crazy.
And ride that, because it changes the terrain and it gives you uphill, downhill, the whole 9 yards.
Well, in Europe, this is completely, it's kind of related, but in Europe, this guy spent a lot of money to make this car of the future on what to look forward to, but he like made it now. Like it has like 3 times the cameras that the Teslas have.
Teslas and like the Google cars.
No, listen to this though, for real. It has a setting with VR glasses.
What?
It's completely autonomous. So it can drive itself. And
Really?
you put on your thing, and you can be on Mars while it's driving.
Wow, what?
It's incredible. I'll send you that.
I want to do that for sure.
It's like $200,000 car though, but
I just want the glasses.
no, but when you
car.
get into that set, like a certain setting, the seat actually comes out and turns kind of.
What?
Yeah.
So it like makes you feel like you're actually
and there's
in that environment.
different addings for the back. You can have like bookshelves and like there's like a 32-inch screen that's slanted right here for the passengers. Isn't weird?
I want a car like that.
Oh, like I said, it's $200,000.
Right.
No, going back to catastrophic stuff, it's scary. I fell into this rabbit hole on accident this week and realized, in the past few 100,000 years or something, there's been 16 different catastrophic events that's been documented.
Sure.
Or you could see, and we are way past due.
Oh.
Way past due.
It's funny you mention that. My brother used to forecast weather for the power companies.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is on a larger scale than just like Alabama Power. It's way bigger than that, like the Southeast. And there was a process that they went through at one point where every 10 years or 11 years, like just to give an example, for the Southeast was due for like a snowstorm. Well, it went like, and I'm pretty sure, I want to say it went like, and I'm trying to remember, it was like 60, 71, 82, 93, and this is finally getting into where we had a major snow event, okay, in the Southeast. What's interesting about that is like and then all of a sudden we went not on that 11-year cycle, we went 12, 13, 14, 15 years, okay? And just like you said, these catastrophic events, okay, are so past due that it's just a matter of time before something just goes boom. And what is that event? Is it a tsunami where it takes out a major city? That's something that you think we don't ever have here in the United States. But if you look at history, there's actually been quite a few in the northeastern or the northwest corner of the country. Hawaii's prone to that kind of stuff. Is there a possibility that South Florida could be prone to a tsunami?
Well, the most common catastrophic event that is universally known is the Great Flood.
Absolutely.
It's not, all you atheists that are like, oh, it's just made up. No, it's not just in the Bible.
No, it's real.
It's in every society.
Right.
Every civilization has documented about a great flood.
Well, we've had some.
You know how that happened, though, right?
What's that?
The flood.
Yeah, a lot of rain.
No, the meteor hit the solar ice caps.
Oh, yeah. And then, I don't know if you remember, and I'm trying to, of course, I can't pinpoint the dates and all, but there's some interesting photography that's out there. If you look at the Mississippi Delta, okay, and I'm pretty sure it's probably when you lived in the New Orleans area.
Yeah.
There was such bad flooding at one point that the satellite photos of what was happening in the river system down through the Delta and the Mississippi Delta was so broadened, okay, like up through Missouri and everything. It was actually so much bigger that you could see it on satellite photos. The flooding that was occurring.
I've seen something about the Mississippi River, and I'm hesitant to bring it up because I'm not clear on the deets, but I remember kind of what I was talking about. A scientist, because apparently due to erosion, it's kind of widening, right? And they said eventually it'll get, because it's on a fault of some sort,
right?
It'll get so heavy it'll erupt and split, literally like an earthquake type deal.
Could you imagine something like that occurring in your backyard?
Mississippi River's pretty big.
It's big.
It goes all the way to Michigan.
It's funny because like when you talk about eruptions and earthquakes and stuff like that, obviously that I guess other than the recent one that's happening right now in Hawaii, our last big cataclysmic event like that would have to be Mount St. Helens.
Oh yeah,
and that was we're talking about an.
When did that happen? Was that late 80s?
Gosh, I want to say, and I'm not
early
sure
90s?
on the date. I think it was late 80s. And that was one of the, and the amount of gas and material that was blown into the sky was something like 10 to 12 miles high. I mean, you think about how high we're talking about.
That's why, going back to Yellowstone, if that erupts, it would put us in a nuclear winter. It would block out the sun.
And, I mean, I want you to think about it. And it's happened several times, not just with what's going on in this country. And I'm trying to remember, it was something recently, and I'm trying to remember where the place was. There's a place somewhere, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. But there was an eruption that caused enough of a blackout to, like, literally change, like, the weather in that part of the world for a little while.
Oh, if Yellowstone erupted, that would interrupt the entire world.
Do you think that would make it hotter or colder here? I mean,
it would be colder.
You think so?
It would make a greenhouse type effect.
Oh my gosh, that's the last thing we need.
No, it would. We'd get into a nuclear winter.
It's interesting though, because like right now, and of course we're in what?
May of 2018.
2018, May 17th, okay? This is typically our spring here in the southeastern United States, okay? We've had temperatures in upwards of 94, 95 degrees already.
Finally, the
Thank
global
God
warming
there's no
people.
global warming, right?
Well, no, you say that, but it was super cold last year.
But it was cold during the wintertime, too. We had a 30% opportunity.
It was. We had a light winter this year.
We've had a light winter for a few years, but we've had some interesting events during that period of time, too.
Right, it snowed.
Okay. We had a 30% chance of a light dusting, and I had 12 inches at my house, right? Okay.
I had to drive home from Atlanta. That was the night after the Saints-Falcons game.
Right? Okay. And it's insane how this is actually, and then again, that was that January?
November.
Okay. November, okay, which is typically early for us in the South to have a snow event.
I was surprised we didn't get another snow.
I was too, okay? But now all of a sudden, we're in May, and I think spring happened like last Tuesday night, like between 10 and 12 o'clock.
It was night and day, though.
I mean, literally, we went from 30s one week to pushing 90.
Yeah. And then, for a while there, it seesawed. We'd be umpiring, it'd be cold as hell.
Freezing one day, hot the next, right?
I'm like, Jesus.
Now, okay, but it's pushing, I mean, yesterday's heat index was like 96 degrees. Okay, we're pushing 100 degrees in May. What is July, August, and September going to be like?
I don't want to know because it's hot in the studio.
It's hot in here right now.
Is it? I'm actually pretty comfortable right now.
It's actually pretty good right now. But I mean, it's crazy though. Like like talking about umpiring. Okay, we went to the point where we were freezing to death, and I like to passed out last Saturday.
That was rough.
That was a killer. Okay, and obviously you had a night.
What? When?
When you called with Christian.
No, I swear, I really thought it was at 10:15 or 11.
Really?
Yeah. When you said you realize you have games, I was pulling up to Sneaky Pete's.
Oh, really?
Like I really didn't do anything.
Like, yeah, I realized that. I just thought it was 11 o'clock.
No, I pulled up. Like literally, I was pulling it, like going through the gas pumps, and like I read it, and like I got into a parking spot, and I was like, let me look. I was like, shit, I got it.
But you have to admit that was miserable hot.
Yeah, it was.
To throw on that gear, sweat like that.
For terrible baseball. No, it's an hour 45. I'm like, what's that going to matter?
Championship games.
Garbage. It wasn't championship games.
Oh, it wasn't even championship.
No. They both were an hour 45.
See, that's a Saturday
I tried to pull
now.
a quick one, though.
See, I tried.
I set it as an hour and a half.
See, I did that, too. Like, one night we had a game, and it was during the week, and it was a championship game, and I walked out there. I was like, hey, guys, 90 minutes, blah, blah, blah. I started not to say anything about it, but then they were like, hey, we got an email.
Speaking of that,
45.
I haven't talked to you since that night, or that day. Okay, I'll Quentin Tarantino this. It kind of ended with me telling a woman just, look, shut up and just Google it, all right?
What was the rule in question?
Run down, home in third. The guy's going back to third. They throw it to the third baseman. He turns around to go back home, but loops it. No tags in effect.
Okay. Are you talking about, like, crossed home has to go back?
He's
and
in
he
between.
Doesn't touch home.
No, he's in between. No, it's out of the baseline. Right? So the wall over here is the third baseman. I'm the guy. The guy catches it. He stops, turns, and does a looping turn, probably about 3 or 4 feet from the foul line.
Is he running away from the guy with the ball?
Yeah.
See, it's a chase.
The guy's standing
when
there.
There's
no
chase,
tagging effect.
When there's a chase, okay, that's the difference, okay? When you have the ball and you're waiting on a tag, then you can avoid that tag, and he's out of the baselines. To me, though, if the guy with the ball is trailing the runner, I could care less where he goes.
Right. Look.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, what ended up happening, he ran around. The coach immediately said,
He's
out of the baseline. So he throws it back to the catcher, and then he ends up sliding back into third safe, right? Well, then the coach comes up to me and says he was out of the baseline. I was like, and he smarted off, and I was like, would you like me to define the rule for you? And he's like, yeah, I would. And I was like, the base runner establishes the base path unless a tag is in effect.
That's, to me, the difference in the wait and the chase. See, to me, that's what it makes sense. Okay?
Well, then this woman flies up and starts saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Our umpire doesn't even know what he's talking about. I'm like, look, woman, just be quiet and Google it.
Google, baby.
Don't question. I've been doing this for 9 years. Don't question me about one of the most elementary rules in baseball. Didn't say another word. Then the coach from the other team comes up and he's warming up the pitcher and he's like, hey, thanks for knowing the rules and applying them into the game. I was like, nah,
it's kind of what I do.
And this other lady came up and she's like, this woman either needs duct tape or needs to get out of here. I'm
voting duct tape.
Yeah.
So another crazy call that happened the other day. I'm on another field, and everybody's coming over and asking me about the ruling of it. You know, we have a pitch count.
Yeah.
75 pitches, you can finish the batter you're on. So the home team waits and allows that other pitcher to pitch to another batter, and then calls time and asks for a forfeit.
A forfeit? A forfeit? Wait, which team asked for a forfeit?
The home team.
Who's pitching?
The visiting team's pitching.
Okay.
Okay, 75 pitches is up, finishes the batter, and then pitches to another batter.
They were asking for them to forfeit a loss?
Correct.
Is that the rule?
Well, interesting. Come to find out, the rule states that it's the home team's responsibility to tell us as the umpire when that 75th pitch is played.
So it was on them.
See, what gets me, though, is it was calculated. You know what I'm saying? You're like...
They knew it.
Right? And then I'm like, is that how you want to win a game?
Who was it?
I can't talk about that.
Okay. Tell me later.
Yeah, I will. But, I mean, to me, though, I don't want to win a game like that. No, on a forfeit?
There's some douchey dudes.
They're 9, 10-year-olds. Okay, let them play the game.
Yeah, but...
Play the game and let the kids decide the outcome.
Some dads determine their dick size based off their son's 9-10 baseball game.
Long story short, okay, this team winds up getting the runner-up trophies.
Fly right by that one.
Now, I want you to realize this. Okay, long story short, we're not calling names here. Team winds up getting the runner-up medals, okay? So a runner-up medal winds up in somebody's mailbox the next day saying, thanks.
What? Like your mailbox?
Not mine. Okay, we're not calling names here, okay? So a coach asked his kid to write a letter and
am I aware of this person?
Oh yeah. Okay.
And justice serves, if you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So a coach has his son write a letter to somebody and puts this runner-up medal and says, "This one's for you. Thanks."
I can't wait for next year.
Right. That's it. Absolutely. I'm thinking to myself, like, are you kidding me? Okay. This is 9.
I know who you're talking about.
Sure you do. Okay. Great coach. No doubt about it.
Good guy.
He's absolutely, okay.
If he likes you.
But right. But I was absolutely blown away that he had his son write a note and stick a runner-up medal saying, we don't want this runner-up medal.
Well, if it's who I think he is. I've seen his son.
He's a good ball player. There's no doubt.
I've seen his son hit once. And he wasn't even playing for his team. He picked up for a team and had like 4 triples.
Right? He's a baller.
I've never seen him hit.
He's a baller.
Is he?
Yes, absolutely.
He struck out every single time I've called, besides that one time.
I think he's a decent baller.
He had like 6 runs, responsible for 6 runs.
Crazy, though, how the world works today. And I think that's an interesting thing. Could you imagine your dad or me or somebody like that, okay, getting that upset over losing a game, okay, because you tried to manipulate rules?
I couldn't picture old Bill getting upset about much in sports. He
never really did, though.
He's pretty laissez-faire.
He seems that way still.
He's only coached 1 year, and that was probably my favorite year.
Isn't that kind of cool, though?
And
I mean, you feel like that was one of your favorite years to ever play?
Yeah, it was kind of just like the stars aligned,
Right.
prophecies. I wanted to be a catcher. I wanted to catch that year. My dad was like, I'm not buying you a left-handed catcher's mitt.
Oh, my gosh, I bought one for Christian.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing it.
I love a left-handed catcher.
In 3 years, you're going to be in school ball.
Agree, and they're not going to give you the chance.
Yeah.
But there's, you think about a left-handed catcher, that's a great throw opportunity.
Well,
It's the only time you're ever going to really throw.
right.
Because you're not going to throw to third.
I was 9. I think this is 01. And we're in Picayune, Mississippi. And
Picayune.
Oh, Picayune, Mississippi. And the park supplies gloves and catcher gear and helmets. Lo and behold, there was a left-handed catcher's mitt in that bag.
Dad, I'm in.
Literally, I was like, heck yeah. Dude, I was a savage back there, man.
So
That was the 1 year I made All-Stars.
do you remember the time you beamed me in the cage? Stroked the ball at
You
me?
mean hit you? Yeah.
Okay. Check that out.
That's from, when you missed the guy swinging.
The catcher never touched it. It was a strike right down the plate. Okay.
No,
I
the
got
dude
drilled.
swung.
Did he? Oh, yes, he did swing.
And you were calling, and I'm literally,
Right.
I'm sitting there like,
hey, wait
it's
a minute.
1-2. And
It's
you're
1-2. It's 1-2. I said I was busy pulling the baseball out of my stomach.
No, I see as my nephew, I know we kind of spun into baseball, but as I see my nephew growing up, he's 7, about to be 8, or it just
First
turned
of all,
8.
he's a man child.
Who can smash.
Dude.
You know he got the most improved player or whatever?
I said it from about halfway through the season. I told
It's his glove, his fielding.
it's not just that, it's everything.
Well, he's
dude.
been hitting forever, but
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something. He went from being an average player to literally one of the best out there. Okay, and I
never
said
get to
early
see
on,
him, though.
I said early on, I said that boy is the most improved. Noah is the most improved kid in the whole league by far.
I just his presence in the field. When you came, the first game they played, what did the first thing I asked? You said, "Oh, he was stroking a ball." I was like, "How did he do in the field?"
You talking about the first time I ever saw him play?
No, the first time this year.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
And I was like, "How did he do in the field?"
It's amazing. Like I said, I mean, he was, and that's the thing that his baseball IQ kind of takes over, and that's where the difference.
You don't
is.
see it much.
You don't. Okay, he's got it. All of a sudden,
You get
boom.
your handful. That's what's sad about the park ball. When you're in 11-12 and there's a routine ground ball to second base and it's a 50-50 shot if he's going to be out or safe, there's an issue.
Right.
You never see kids just running and diving.
Nobody does that anymore.
Like like literally just instinct. Like go to the ball, see the ball off the bat, and go. And stop the ball.
Aren't you kind of stoked though? I think it's really cool because Lance is getting to help coach the All-Star team.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stoked to wait to see how
He
that
improved
team
as a
turns out.
coach.
Dude, I'm gonna see. That's the whole thing. Okay, and I believe this. Okay, if you as a dad or a coach want to improve as much as your kid wants to improve, okay, you go study it, you go work it, you do everything that's necessary, and that's where the difference comes in. I cannot wait. I'm gonna tell you something. That All-Star team, it's gonna be the bomb.
We're always so good in 8U.
In that will, but I've always said, and people can say what they want. Whether you're a football fan, a basketball fan, a baseball fan, there are certain little towns like ours. Okay,
It's just deep.
this is a baseball community.
Yeah,
By
in
far.
a way. It's still not up to par with what it was. But I
Agreed.
feel like I said, our year and maybe a few years after us, but our year was insanely deep.
Oh, no question.
We had 13 juniors my junior year.
Oh my gosh. Probably had it gone the way it should have, the number of seniors on that team would have been dumbfounding.
Oh, yeah. My junior year, senior night was legitimately a senior night.
Literally.
Steven was the only senior.
Right? Your junior year.
My junior year.
One kid is a senior on the field.
Old Steven.
Oh, Steven.
Okay, before we change it, the winner of the 8U, Bo, if you're listening.
Certainly. Bo Britt.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
The nicest dude ever.
Dude, let me
He
tell you
apologized
something.
to me when I was because I umpired his game and they didn't perform well. He's like, "I'm sorry about that. I don't know. They just didn't come." I was like, "What are you apologizing
Dude,
for?"
he's one of my favorites, dude.
Dude,
I'm gonna
he's
just
so
tell you
nice.
something, okay? And the
And
whole,
I think that's his dad. It's out there.
yeah,
He's
that is
insanely
and just
nice
amazing people, just amazing people. But to see him and Lance
He's a great
coach together.
Oh, they're together.
Yeah.
That's a good coaching.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be an absolutely phenomenal opportunity. This is going to be fun to watch.
I want to go help coach.
See, he's already asked me if I wanted to come do a practice with him. We should do that.
Bo, hit me up. I want to help coach.
Holler us at us, man. We're gonna make this happen. Okay.
Do it.
I see you. I see this team literally going all the way.
All the way. We go into the ship.
The ship.
If you want to win, dude, Keanu Reeves, man.
Hey, absolutely, man.
Dude, G-Baby.
G-Baby was the man.
That's such a good movie. I watched probably that 3 times on the way to Kansas in the World Series.
Do what now?
I'd rather Billy Bob Thornton.
Bad News Bears?
Oh, of course, you know, I'm old school, okay? So as far as baseball movies are concerned, the original Bad News Bears was the bomb, okay? But, which was Walter Matthau, okay, in Billy Bob Thornton's role, okay? But to me, really, Hardball has got to be one of the best baseball movies ever.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, to me, that's got to rank up there at the top. That and The Sandlot.
Yeah.
The Sandlot's absolutely tops, too.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And
But hey,
course,
we're gonna close up with the. I don't know if you've heard this video. I stumbled upon it.
this is fantastic.
It's
Don't be offended. This is
it's
realism.
one of those HuffPos or whatever it is, stupid questionnaires. It's 36 feminist questions for men. And they always come out with these stupid ass videos, and they're obviously just sitting around a room like, well, one time this guy did this, and then they just broad it and say, guys, do this. So we're going to break down these 36 questions. We won't do all 36 because they start getting repetitive. And we'll break that down. Can you give me that video? It's at the top of that sheet here.
Just remember, have a little bit of fun with this.
Yes.
The Notebook.
Because this is kind of real.
Likes Beyonce.
Let me start this mug over.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel? Question number one.
Now, let's think about that up front, okay? And I would assume that this is a question, okay, for us men, right?
Question number one. How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump? I don't know. How does it feel to be the same sex as the serial killer, the hooker girl that killed everybody? How does it feel to be the same sex as Sarah Palin? How does it feel to be the same sex as literally anyone that is like Rosie O'Donnell?
And these are real questions.
Yes! What kind of stupid question is that?
Right.
Question number 2.
You need to hate them.
Sorry.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce.
I'm assuming rom-com is
Why do you make women sit
romantic
around and
comedy?
talk about men in movies?
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Why do you
All right, let's talk about that.
All right, we'll break this down. Rom-coms.
No, hold on. For the first time, let's talk about boobs.
Boobs.
Okay. In this room, okay, before today, okay, have we ever had a conversation about boobs?
Has there ever been like boobs around?
Yeah, literally.
No, so
And even if we do, it's not in front of women, so what the hell does it matter? How do they know? The only time I talk about boobs is literally we're umpiring and the woman's wearing like a tank top and her titties are popping out. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at this.
well, hey, nice tits, and then I get slapped, and then I'm like, what?
And then you move on, right?
It's game over. 15 seconds tops.
Okay, now rom-coms, I assume is romantic. What's up with the rom-com? Who calls it
Yeah,
rom-com?
exactly. What is that?
Romantic
that.
comedy? Look,
Okay, now let's be honest. We've all done it. Okay, our significant others ask us to go to the movie theater or Netflix and chill with a rom-com. Okay, do they grate on your last nerve, or is it something you get done watching and go, that wasn't too bad?
Okay, I like The Notebook, I like The Vow, but there's 2 things I don't like about rom-coms. One, they're all the exact same. 1, 2 people living 2 separate lives. They meet. Everything's going great. Then something happens and there's a downfall. And then they separate. And then they end up...
Of course, the classic was the breakup.
Right. Either one of them ends up desperate, I'm going to change. And then boom, they live happily ever after. Second thing I hate about it is they make unrealistic expectations for men with women. But other than that, I don't have a problem with it.
51st Dates, prime example.
Yes, exactly.
Well, and you have to admit, though, what a classic.
Oh,
What an absolute class.
That's a good movie. That's one of those movies I can watch and never really get sick of.
I don't get tired of that. That's one I
movie.
can watch over and
I watched
over.
that not too long ago.
Absolutely.
All right, what's the next question?
You automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead.
Why are you surprised when
Okay.
Now, let's talk about
That's
that.
baloney.
Absolutely.
I would gladly watch any movie with Kate Beckinsale or Morgan. I know he would. He's blatantly told me he would be an ingrown gooch hair on Kate Beckinsale.
Okay.
Or Blake Lively. Love those movies. Emma Stone. Love Emma Stone. Jennifer Lawrence. Great movie.
Okay. A female role, a lead in like Aliens, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
What kind of movie?
Awesome.
Right?
But Ghostbusters 2 was awful.
Okay, now
That
that's
was
a
pretty
flop.
garbage.
Even though I love McCarthy,
But we were supposed to like it.
I know,
Talking the mic.
I know. But even though I love McCarthy because she's had some amazing movies, okay?
Who?
Uh,
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Apparently she's a bitch to work with.
Well, that's what I've heard, but she's amazing. But anyway, next question.
Automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female
All right,
lead.
no one
Why are
cares.
you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you.
I'm not surprised
Why do
about
you
women
think
being
that
funny.
we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10.
Now, hold on, Trish. Let's talk about that, okay? Why do we assume, or is this supposed to be like men assume that women are obsessed
Yeah.
with when they hook up? Okay, because guess what? Because they are, or they
Well,
don't hook up.
You know, based off of
Right?
personal, it's happened. You know, it goes both ways. I've seen people that guys,
Agree.
you know, it's really just depends on what stage you are in life.
And let's be honest.
What are you
too,
looking for?
And look, this is going to come out really wrong, okay? But you know, you've all had that hookup when you go, the next day you go, oh, dear God, tell me she's not going to call me.
I always wake up and like,
I-
did I text her my address or did I verbally tell her? Because if I text her,
Right?
I
Right?
gotta move.
See, I was a guy who just never burned a bridge because you never know where I'm going to be in the future.
Well, and
You
again,
never know when I'll be in a
and this
pinch.
is something that a lot of women don't understand. It's okay, and I think most guys will attest to this. Okay, we're the kind of people though that don't start something that you wouldn't finish. Does that make sense?
No.
Depends
Not
on who walks on the
necessarily.
door.
What now?
So it depends on who walks on the door.
Agreed.
talking
Agreed. And how long it's been? Next question.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged?
Okay, now that one,
And I have to agree with her on that one.
well, there's two. One, when it comes to guys, it's never really an issue if you like to have sex with people. One,
Like
because
you're cool.
Right. One, it's because it's easier to have sex with you. It's less effort on our side. The only time it's an issue is when you're trying to pursue a relationship with that person.
Right. And the other thing is to me, is that ultimately the woman has the final say so.
Well, yeah, and if you want to complain about people judging other women for having sex with a lot of men, you're going to have to talk to women because they're the ones that put that stigma out there.
Well, she has the choice to either yes or no, okay? And our whole goal in life is yes.
I have zero problem with it as long as you own up to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Some
Yeah,
nights
don't
I'd
put that
screw a
on it.
rusty door handle on the back of a donkey. I don't care.
When men do it, they're congratulated.
Why
Right.
do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
In what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
Why do
In every world, no means no.
Right?
Like what in your world, I guess no means yes. Like when does that happen?
I've never seen it happen.
Yeah, you got your piles of shit that rape women, then yeah.
It's still a no.
Right. But it just drives me crazy.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control them.
For one, who cats calls?
First of all,
Douchebags.
that's been forever and a day ago, okay? Even in my youth, okay, that was something that we didn't do, okay? You didn't whistle at chicks go back. First of all, it's embarrassing,
What's douchebags? Don't.
right?
Dude, they found all these girls at the same club.
No, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. They're literally sitting in a room and they say a guy did this to me once, and so all
Once.
guys do it.
Yeah.
No one.
And let's be honest.
And no one. There's one girl I would assume got catcalled.
And
in
here's
this
the
video.
thing to me, okay? And the question for me is the girl who gets catcalled, let's be honest for just a second. When she's walking down the street, first of all, she's in a mini skirt up to her hips, okay? She's got legs to her shoulders, okay? And somebody's catcalling her. You think she's stopping and going, that's rude, or she's smiling and walking on?
I saw a SJW.
Well, if you know it, you show it. I mean, come on now.
I saw SJW schooling people video, and it was like this girl that was literally wearing her underwear and like pasties, and was talking about misogynistic men and catcalling and stuff, and we really need to change. And she's like, "How do you plan on changing that?" And she's like, "I don't really know." And she's like, "Well, a good start is
how
not
about
walking
wearing
in your
some
underwear,
pants?
right?" It's ridiculous.
There's people not heard of survival, the fact that our brains say, "Oh, wow,
right,
we need to reproduce now
right.
when we see tits," but it's like
it is what it is.
It's natural.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
Unsolicited dick pic. I don't.
Who does that?
Obviously not me. I'm not the one that.
Nick says he does.
Probably
it's
unsolicited.
It's not what you think. Sometimes I just want to know if it. Sometimes you have a bad dick day. Sometimes you have a good dick day. It's like your hair.
I've never sent a dick pic, but I'm not the person that sends unsolicited dick pic is the person you gave your number to. It's a douchebag.
Well, that's true too. Okay, and I want you to think about the recourse of that. Okay, you're out at the club, 3:00 in the morning. Everybody's had a few. He's like, "Hey, can I get your number?" You just freely give it to him. Okay, what do you expect to happen?
I don't know, froyo,
or a free dick pic.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm?
First of all, none of us here think it's okay to give horrible comments.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
like they're
to women.
Generalizing
sister or not, okay, and again, this is one woman's bad experience, okay,
right? Every guy does this,
right? Every guy, okay.
I saw it happen
first
once.
of all, let's be honest with you, okay. If it's your sister, okay, we ain't playing that.
Yeah,
we are not playing that. You are born, okay. You have a sister, Nick.
I do have a sister.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And you know what? She asked for it. So.
Okay.
She had it coming.
She's had it coming,
bitch.
Okay. But bottom line is, Josh, okay, you were born protective. Okay? Ain't nobody going to say nothing about your sister and get away with it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm in the middle of making a point during a meeting.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that.
We have balls. That's we have testicles.
Now let's be honest for just a second, okay? And there's what we call the gap movement.
The what?
The gap movement.
What is that?
The gap.
Like women?
Right.
Mind the gap?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So the gap movement is something that's in the forefront today. Okay. Do you feel like
what's that have to do with testicles?
But do the women have the same mentality?
No. They don't have balls.
No.
That's what they're asking.
No.
Why do we sit with our legs?
No.
spread?
I'm just saying, do women really care? Okay. Is it something that they're looking at? Okay?
No, I don't know.
Like men look at women.
No, it's feminist.
Is that what it
Women,
is?
man haters.
That you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
Why not?
Dumbest comment ever.
Why not?
Because your boobs aren't in your freaking armpits,
Oh, that's
bro.
true
This
too.
this chick fucks on the first date?
I want
You
to
think?
No doubt in my mind.
You
no
think?
doubt in my mind.
This chick here.
No doubt in my mind.
And if it,
And then she's texting her girlfriend.
Everybody can see this, okay?
Mid-intercourse, bitching about the dude.
well, look at the cleavage on this woman.
Oh, it's nice.
Hey, quit talking about tits.
That's our 15
Why are women
minutes.
perceived as the weaker sex?
Maybe because you're
Because
physically
they are.
weaker.
I mean, that's a given fact.
You want to
okay?
arm wrestle? Hey, let's throw a baseball. Let's see who throws faster.
I mean, and I feel like that's and in the old days, in the 40s, 50s, okay, even in the earlier times than that, okay, up until the 70s when it became this women's movement thing, okay, women were not and when you say the weaker sex, we're talking about physical strength.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a given. That's not something we made up.
Look, feminists are going to scream for equality until they get it.
We're not Black Widows.
One of these days,
right?
One of these days, they need to say, okay, fine. You want to be equal? You want equality? No division in sports.
Oh.
See how that goes.
Everybody stand up and pee.
No, like no division in sports. No more softball. You're playing baseball
Well,
with the men.
we had this conversation not too long
I'm
ago.
going to vote for everybody to sit down and pee. I need a break sometimes.
We had
That
a
is true.
conversation about that not too long ago,
What?
about women in sports and physical and being men. And there's women that are now trying to play football. They're kickers or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you seen a woman linebacker?
Yes.
Age,
She's actually a
age
defensive
cut off.
tackle.
Age cut off.
Okay.
She was high school.
Okay.
But the difference in softball and baseball players. There's a prime example.
A lot more weight on that softball bench.
I don't know.
That's
Arizona
possibility.
always has a very talented
That's
team.
Arizona.
Right?
Even though we literally birth you. Like watermelons.
Well, that's impressive,
through, like,
yes.
Now,
but-
hold on. That's
Why
an
is
unfair
it so
statement.
bad to show your
Okay, that's an unfair statement. Okay,
If you want to really be strong, hold that sucker in.
I'm pretty sure.
Right?
I'm pretty sure that chick likes girls, and she's talking about
Right?
women.
Okay, but she going to talk about the fact that she birthed us?
She could be a surrogate.
Okay, we don't have a choice on
You
that.
can't do that.
So why is that even a thing?
Yeah, that's impressive. Like a baby.
How is it impressive?
A baby comes out of a little
stone.
hole?
I've had a kidney stone and a heart attack.
Okay, then yes.
That's impressive.
Well, not everybody has that, so I can't.
I'm
say
just
that.
saying though, how is birthing? I mean, that's not something we have control over.
It's
So how can
unfair.
that be even a thing?
Well, it's women versus men, basically.
Your emotions.
It means you're human.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
Why the isn't it ladylike to cuss?
Women did
Now, let's talk about that though. Isn't there a little piece of you that kind of find it sexy?
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
There's
Okay?
but it depends on how. They,
And I'm not talking about just like pillow talk in the bedroom. I'm talking about just like that conversation's rolling on. You're in a group of people, and the chick
'Cause
says something
more
off
time-
color, and you go like, "Damn, yeah."
Hey,
well, more times
wanna
than
fuck?
not, if they like that, that means they have a sense of humor.
Right.
And I
they're
like a woman
intelligent
with a sense of
typically.
humor. Yeah.
Did you know that there's actually been a study that says that people who cuss are actually more intelligent?
Yes.
So we're
Fuck
super
yeah.
smart people. We are super
Hell
smart
yeah.
people.
I have a
When do
feeling
words
she tries
get
way too
gender?
hard.
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated?
Maybe because so many women have lied about being sexually assaulted
Especially
or raped.
today, in this day and age.
Don't
you
talk to
cannot-
us.
You cannot turn on the TV without somebody
False
blaming
rape claim.
somebody. My goodness
I've
gracious.
had hotel vacation sex with a girlfriend, and then go back a week later and get berated that she felt like that my advances were too
You
strong.
abused her.
I don't know. I get a rapey vibe from you, dude.
Well,
I'm
I
just
kinda do
kidding. I'm
too,
just
though.
kidding.
Yeah, the big guy in the Mickey Mouse t-shirt.
Right?
You're right.
Tie-dye.
Yeah.
Or raped?
Why do you assume a woman's angry because she's on her period?
Why?
Maybe
Oh,
you,
because she is.
maybe because you
Okay,
blatantly
because she
say,
is. I'm pissed because I'm on my period.
yeah, that's pretty.
Don't come near me.
Okay. You need any cranberry juice or something? Yeah. No,
Can I
you,
run you
you
a hot
literally
bath?
say, "Hey, I'm on my period, so I'm not in a very good mood."
I'm the devil today.
Your wife sounds.
Why do
so
you
like
think
scary.
women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your
I don't like
dick
a girl.
size.
Why
Now,
is
first
it
of all,
weird
do-
that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
There's women in, but what
I assume they're talking about abortion, and obviously it's not a bunch of old white men.
It's a bunch of old white women.
and for one, fluffing is not cheating. I don't care what she says.
I agree. We'll end it with that one. They keep adding a bunch of other questions, repeating itself. Am I off that screen, bro?
You are.
Yeah. No, it just drives me bonkers. Drives me bonkers.
Crazy. I bet we've got a lot of questions we could ask too. And maybe that's an episode we need to have.
Come up with their own questions.
Yeah, with our own questions of like why women view us this
Are
way or
batshit
judge us
crazy.
this
What,
way.
what does K mean? Like without the question mark, just a single K text message response, or what is?
I do that all the
Go
time.
ahead, do what you want. Mean like,
Right? Okay, so I think in
Oh,
an
the
upcoming-
you're talking about the Jedi mind tricks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In an upcoming episode, we're going to visit
Break
these-
down all the Jedi
these
mind tricks by women.
questions, okay? The man questions, okay, that happen in the man cave when we're not talking about boobs, okay?
Right.
The questions
'Cause that's all we talk about.
What we want to know,
why am I responsible for when you're hungry?
right? Okay, and why is it my place to decide where we're eating,
Why do
Right.
I have to drive everywhere?
right?
I love that meme where it's like, finally I found a place. and it
Finally, that's the best.
says I don't know.
She made
That's the name of the restaurant.
right.
No, but if y'all have any questions for
Man questions or
man
female
questions or female questions, post them in the comments below. That'd be great. Also, if you liked what you heard, please go rate and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, any other podcast app. Go, and if you're listening or watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button.
Let's not forget to go and get our selfies and our pictures of our billboard.
Yes, and if you want free merch
Contest is still running.
and that fanny pack full of ball wipes,
merch is in tomorrow.
pickle juice, and all kinds of shit, all you got to do is take that selfie with that thing. The most interesting selfie in front of the billboard will win. Just send it in, either post it on our social media accounts,
Tag
post it
us.
on yours and tag us, just make it public, and you win. And also, like he said, the shirts
Coming
will
in
be in
tomorrow.
tomorrow. They're going quick, so be sure to hit me up if you want a shirt. They're $20 a piece. We have small, medium, large, and extra large. So hit me up at almostlegalpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you have my cell, hit me up on my cell. And next week, we'll have a pretty interesting episode. Be looking out for it. It's going to be baller. It's going to be great. And until then, guys,
we are out.
See y'all next week. Peace.